All right, it must be Thursday because I am here and you are here, which means it's almost Friday, which everybody loves a Friday. But more importantly, Tayen's back. She's here. It's coming. There she
Hello.
is. What's
Hi.
going on?
Not much. Finally graduated.
How does it feel?
It feels about the same.
So now that you're graduated, that's all done. That's behind you, right? What's next? What are you doing now?
I was enrolled in college since 15, so I mean not much is changing. So, I guess just continue with that in the business.
The business, speaking of business, you got a
Yeah.
busy couple of weekends coming up, don't you?
I do. I do.
What's
Yeah.
so tell us about it. What's going on?
Um, Tomorrow we leave for Sarasota to go to Charlie's Sci-Fi convention. And then next week, I unveil Smelly at Spookala because we'll be there all the days vendoring as well. And then after that, I can't remember. There was something else. I don't remember. My brain's like malfunctioning. We might be doing the Ocala Oddities Market, but everything's happening all at once.
Smelly. What's can we get a sneak peek at
Yeah.
Smelly?
Here, I'll try to take the mask off. This is the first mask I've ever made myself. I handmade him the whole thing. I'm very proud of him because I've never done a mask before in my entire life. I sculpted his face, I designed him. He's a full ghillie suit costume, and there will be an exclusive one for Fear Expo that will be UV reactive.
Oh,
Yeah, so I plan on making different kinds of smellies. There's a whole tribe of smellies. There you will never see the same smelly ever. They all have different faces because I don't have any plans on casting them, but they're basically little woodland creatures. Um, and I'm gonna have a snow version, a desert version, and then the Fear Expo version. So
there's a
yeah.
so well. So wait, okay. You can't have a Fear Expo version and just say, "Oh, because it's UV light." Like it's got to be. I don't know what it has to be. It has to be something
It has
like
to be something.
yeah, like it's got to be in like Fear Expo colors or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I have plans for him to be the Fear Expo one because I'm gonna unveil that one there. Um, but he's gonna be in the blacklight area.
Yeah, no, I mean I get it. I understand the concept of what you're trying to do because we have a huge blacklight area.
Yes.
We moved it for next year, so
Mm,
it's not going to be like tucked away in the back. It's going to be right up front, and people are going to have the option to either go, do that first or kind of like scoot around it if they want to. But
yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a whole big thing. We're still going to do VIP stuff in there. Yeah, we've been working on a lot of stuff. I'm currently stalling, if you didn't notice, because we're having some technical difficulties at the moment. I'm doing a terrible, terrible job.
They're trying. They're trying.
It's okay. So what's the first one that you're going to this weekend?
Charlie's. It's also where Molly Zombie's gonna be at.
Oh.
So we're gonna, I guess, be there at the same time in the same place.
Are you gonna get the slingshot ride?
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to do it then or if we want to save it for my 18th birthday because I got lucky. My graduation is in the same year as I turn 18. So I turn 18 in like a couple like 70-ish
It's
days.
not lucky. That's usually how that happens. Most people graduate the same year
Well,
they turn 18.
not I know some kids that are already 18 like before graduating. I graduated with a 13-year-old.
Oh, well, if nothing makes you feel less of a human being.
I know. It was
But my
crazy.
my son graduated 2 weeks ago,
Nice.
and in his graduating class, there was a 13-year-old that graduated with 2 college degrees.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's what
she
my graduation sounded like.
the principal had to go up there and say she had a 4.59 GPA out of 4.0, and I was like, that doesn't even make sense. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing either.
I don't know how you can have 100%. Like you have 100. How can you have more of
Yeah.
100%? I don't understand.
Well, I was going and graduating because normally homeschool kids are like over the top with the achievements they've had and everything. And there was a kid that apparently he donated like $1 million to a foundation near his house. And like the 13-year-old was graduating with an AA. Like it was all kinds of things.
So, anyways, nobody wants to hear about that stuff. Congratulations. We're not talking about other people. We're talking about how cool all of us are.
That's true.
But anyways, congratulations. We're all very, very proud of you, and we
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to see what's next for you, just in life and in the haunt business and everything. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting. Before we bring on our first guest, we do have a pretty big giveaway tonight. It's actually a really cool thing from Screamscape. They are going to give away a package of audio. So this is like you get your circus, your factory, your jungle, hospital, whatever your scene is. There's a bunch of different scenes. There's 12 files to a scene, and it's over 150 different sound files for you. So we're gonna give that away. Like I said, over 150 sounds. This is like $150 package, and we're gonna give it away free tonight. And once you have it, you have it. It's yours forever, and you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. And if you want to bump it in your car, put it in your haunted house, put it in your escape room, it doesn't matter. So we are going to do a hashtag of Screamscape tonight. Hashtag Screamscape for your chance to win. So thank you, Screamscape, for reaching out and helping us out with our giveaway tonight. If you are a vendor or a haunt or whatever, if you got something you want to give away, hit us up, sponsor the show for an evening, and we will give it away on the show. You ready for our first guest?
I am. I was just reading comments.
I actually got a chance to meet her at Fear Expo this past year. We're gonna bring on Lexi Harrington from Black Goat Costuming.
Hi guys, how's it going?
What's going on, Lexi? Good to see you again.
It's so good to see you again too. I feel like Fear Expo just happened and it was such a great experience. So it's awesome seeing your face.
Yeah, like what a whirlwind! Like I mean, it was almost as quickly as it came on. It was like over. It was I don't know. It was kind of happy and exciting and depressing all at the same time.
Yes, exactly. It was
Um,
sad it was over, but
so if I recall correctly, you and I had a conversation while we were down there. This was your first time vending as a haunt vendor for a show. So tell us about your experience and what I know you're a haunter. I know you come from a haunting background. But what was your experience like? I mean, how much fun did you have? What did you like? What did you hate?
it was so much fun. I had an amazing time. I think one of the most fun things was just walking around and seeing what like everybody else was doing and like going through your black light area. It's just like the best part is just being around other people that are just like obsessed with haunting and obsessed with Halloween and obsessed with horror. I think all of us are so lucky to have like something that we're so passionate about and that we're just so in love with. So, getting to meet other people that have that was amazing. Ah, God, the mannequins are a pain in the ass. I feel like the mannequins are probably what I liked least. Putting them together. But setting up the display was fun and just getting to meet everyone was awesome.
Yeah, having you down there was great. You bring a very unique side to costuming when it comes because you see a lot of costuming vendors and you see a lot of great, just imaginative, crazy zombie. I mean, just things from stem to stern. Some of the most meticulous and crazy things that you could possibly think of. And then you roll up and you kind of bring a whole different look to what a haunt costume can be. It's more of a, in my opinion, in my eyes, it was a very like elegant, artistic type of style into haunted house things. Very Victorian, I guess you could say. Um, I mean, it was really cool. It was kind of like a breath of fresh air to see something new like that. No show up. So tell us about your line. Tell us what you have.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I do love like the Victorian look. I'm definitely so obsessed with like era inspired clothing. So I think that like played a big part. And I don't know, I went through this weird like kind of obsession with like creepy attic looking kind of doll costumes. So a lot of the things that I rolled up with were things that I was like, what would you see on like a creepy kind of porcelain doll that I can turn into like a human-sized outfit? And yeah, it was kind of I went with a lot of female costumes and now I'm starting to work on some costumes for guys, which has also been really fun. So I was just it was like the creepy feminine, detail-oriented creepy feminine costumes.
I think, do we have a question, Tane? You look like you have a
We
question.
do. Keith wants to know what is Lexi's favorite style of costume to build?
Ooh, that's a great question. Hmm. Right now, surprisingly, I've actually kind of stepped more into like more modern costumes. I'm doing a line of like mental patient and like prisoner costumes, and they're gonna have like a bunch of barbed wire, like fake barbed wire. So I'm actually right now, I think what I'm having most fun with is starting to play with like some gore in my costumes.
Now, I'm not a seamstress. I don't create things with cloth or anything like that. The closest I get is to like hot gluing things to vests and stuff
Which is
like
Feel
that.
that.
fun. That's also that's awesome.
Um, so for people like me that don't know what kind of goes into the process of costuming, tell us for you what's your process like from the artistic side, from creation all the way to completion.
Sure. So I think with like any kind of artistic project, it has to start off with like me being inspired by something and just excited about something. Like, am I feeling excited about Victorian costumes or like creepy doll costumes or more like pagan witchy costumes? And once I'm excited about something, I go onto paper and pencil and do my concept sketch. Once I have more of an idea of that, is when I go on to like the pattern making, which also kind of starts in my head. I just kind of get a rough idea of how is this going to be constructed. Then I go ahead and actually start the pattern and go through a ton of drafts with the pattern until it looks like how I want on the mannequin. And then it's onto details like ruffles and like in this picture, like the belts and like the shreddy pieces on the dress on the left. And then it's distressing.
So let's talk application,
Mhm.
because a lot of I know a lot of haunt owners and stuff like that, and they build a scene and they go, okay, I need a swamp guy, or I need hospital nurses, or whatever, and then that's kind of like the costume they go seek out. They know these larger companies out there, and they say, okay, this guy's got this person has that, yada 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 yada. So when you have something like the stuff that you have, like I said, the more elegant, the more, I think creepy was a really good word that you used for it. Like, it's something that you would see on these creepy dolls and things like that. What kind of applications in your mind do you see your products being used in?
I mean, they're so detailed, like, I love the idea of them being on queue line actors, honestly, like, actors that are really spending a lot of time with people, with customers or guests so that the customers can really take in the detail of the costumes. Um, the dresses that I am now, honestly, any kind of female actress, I feel like, in any kind of haunt that is going for maybe something a little bit more paranormal or going for, like, the eerie vibe instead of, like, the all out gore, I guess.
Sorry, I'm getting notes from other people here.
Oh.
So when you have your ideas and you got your applications and you have everything that you have in mind, how important is it, because I mean you're a haunt actor as well, so how important is it that your costume and your character line up, and how can you make those two things kind of like mesh into one?
Sure. So I think, like, speaking from like the haunt or the scare actor perspective, I think having an amazing costume helps you step into the character. Like this last year, at the haunt that I work at, I got to wear like this amazing dress from Dark Stitches,
Mhm.
and I felt like I was, because it was like a siren haunt, so I was like an evil mermaid, and I felt like something out of like a twisted fairy tale. That costume like allowed me to really, like, I really felt like the character, instead of just an actor that was throwing on a costume. It helped me to like become the character. So I think it's important, definitely, that the character and the costume align.
Now you mentioned that you were starting to work on male costumes for the next upcoming shows and stuff like that. So if you can, I don't want you to give away all of your secrets because I want people to be surprised when they show up and see what you have. But tell us some of the male costumes and stuff that you're working on.
Sure. So it's going to be like two that I'm excited about that I'm working on right now is like an escaped like mental patient. So it's going to be like a hospital gown, and like kind of an escaped convict outfit. So like a bright orange jumpsuit and working with like fake barbed wire that's going to be attached to the costumes that will be able to come off so you can wash the costumes, but it'll be like someone that tried to escape and got tangled in barbed wire, and there'll be blood and gore all over the costume. So steering in a different direction from like the eerie creepy kind of doll costumes. Now I'm just having some fun with like the gore.
So that's a great point that you kind of brought off. So your costumes are machine washable.
They sure are. Absolutely.
That helps a lot. Tan, you got a question?
I do. Keith asked again, does Lexi build apocalyptic costumes?
I have not dabbled in apocalyptic costumes, but I have some ideas. And I know that's like a really popular thing in the haunt industry, especially right now. So I do love the idea of like society ending, like the insanity and the violence that comes with that. And I just finished watching The Last of Us. So now
Mm.
I'm very inspired to do some, like, apocalyptic costumes for sure.
Oh, that'd be really, really cool. Apocalyptic theme has been even since I was a kid. I remember watching Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and just being completely like mesmerized by that kind of. I for like years I thought that's what just like Australia was. That's just like what people were doing in Australia. And I was like, I'm going to Australia. This looks so cool.
Just a
Um,
barren wasteland.
so I know a big problem that a lot of haunts have, and every time I get somebody that is an expert in costuming, I always want to bring this up because I want people to elaborate and learn from this. How do you take care of costumes? The best way that you know how to take care of costumes.
Definitely just machine like, washing them is great, but anything that you can do to, like, preserve them, so, like, washing them in, like, a delicates bag or, like, hand washing them even if it's a costume that has, like, some more fragile pieces. Just being gentle with it when you're cleaning it is probably my best advice.
Now, what about for actors that say are wearing in expensive costume? And I'm not because like your costumes are very reasonably priced. I mean, they're I was surprised. I was kind of putzing around your booth when nobody was down there on the showroom floor. I was looking around at some things. And like I was actually kind of surprised for having handmade costumes. I don't want to like let the cat out of the bag, but like I was very shocked by that. So when an actor has a costume on, what kind of precautions and stuff should they be taking in care for the costumes?
Sure. So just being kind of like aware of whatever room they're acting in, if there's anything that the costume could get like snagged on, or if the costume could rip. But I, again, as like someone who's done scare acting, I feel like that just kind of comes with the territory. And costumes, kind of in the first place, should be more durable. Like, when I come from the designing aspect, I always try to think of what the scare actor could potentially be doing and, like, what the best material for the costume is to make it durable, to make it functional but durable. Because they take a
So,
beating. It's an intense
oh,
job.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a haunting is a rough job. People don't
Gosh,
understand that. It
so
is a
rough.
difficult, it's a rough job. I always tell people, I've traveled to haunts all across the country and I've met a lot of haunters, and I tell all everybody that I meet, this is one of the best jobs you'll ever have in your life. You're never gonna get rich on it. You're never gonna retire from this. You're gonna end up with bumps and bruises and all this other crap, but you're gonna meet some of the coolest people, the best people, and it's so much fun. And people they get so excited, and then they show up in like the first day after the first hour. They're like, "This is like a real job. Like this, this kind of sucks."
Yeah. Yeah, it's intense. It's physical, it's, like, high energy. You have to deal with, like, we all know there's difficult customers, right? You have to deal
Yeah,
with that too, and it's exhausting, but it's just amazing when you see the people coming through that are actually having, like, a great time and are, like, caught up in, like, the magic and, like, the excitement of it, and it's like we do it for those people, right? It's worth it for those people that are coming through and loving the haunt.
absolutely. So, what is coming up other than the male costumes? We talked about that. What's coming up new for the shows you're going to be doing in the next year coming up? What can people expect new from you?
So, I I just quit my day job because I was a high school teacher, and I am no longer doing that. So my line is gonna get much larger. I'm gonna try to expand it, like, 5, 6, 7 times as many costumes as I have now, so I just want a lot of variety, so there's something for everybody that likes my work. I'm going to Midwest Haunters Convention in, like, a week, and then I'm gonna be focused on I'm actually designing this year one of the haunts for the haunt that I work at, so I'll be wrapped up in that, and then right back into convention, so hopefully Fear Expo, because that was such an amazing experience. I definitely wanna be back there.
So you keep on saying the haunt that I work at. What's the name of your haunt?
Oh, Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds.
So if anybody's down at the South Florida Fairgrounds,
Yes,
go
we have.
check out Lexi. She's gonna be down there. How many of
Yeah,
your costumes are in that haunt?
there's gonna be 3 or 4 that I do from scratch, and then a few others that I'm just gonna be doing a lot of alterations, heavy-handed alterations. So yeah, but
Yeah.
we have 4 haunts. It's so much fun. I'm obsessed with that place. I love it. I'm stoked to design. So yeah, Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds. If you're in Florida, I promise it's worth the drive.
All right. So where can everybody find you
So
and all your costumes and everything else on the interwebs, the shows you're going to be attending in the next year, all of that?
yeah, if you could just follow me on Facebook, Black Goat Costuming, all the info and my costumes and my work is going to be on there. I despise technology, so I haven't gone through the painful process of setting up an actual website, but I promise I'm going to be better about posting on my Facebook page, and I'm very reachable through that. So right now it's Facebook.
And shows? You mentioned MHC, but what else you
Yes.
got?
I am planning on Trans World and then Fear Expo.
You're not going to do a haunt con? It's right in your backyard.
It is right in my backyard, isn't it? What month is that in?
February 2nd through the 4th.
Okay.
Well, think
I will
about
look
it.
into that. It'd be so nice to not have to drive.
You
like,
can at
2
least
hours.
show up and have some fun with us, right?
Yeah.
Even if you don't vend.
Yeah. Absolutely. That would be amazing. It'd be a great break. Yeah.
All right, Lexi, I'm going to let you go. It's getting late. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight. Thank you for Black Goat. I can't wait. I hope to see you at HauntCon. I hope to see you at Fear Expo. I hope you do well at MHC and Trans World. You definitely deserve it. Guys, go check out her Facebook. Even though she despises technology, go order a bunch of costumes from her. It's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. Lexi, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been awesome. Great to see you again.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, always.
All right. So if you notice, our layout's a little bit different today. So we have all these icons. I think we're right. So we just finished that. So this is our schedule. So this one, help me out, Tayen.
You mean my finger
There
don't
we
go
go.
that far.
So the last one. Right. So that's our giveaway. So that's when our giveaway is going to be handed out. That's when the drawing is. Again, from Screenscape, 150 ambient sounds for your attraction, whether you have escape rooms, haunted houses, want to bump it out in your convertible, whatever you want to do.
In the Molly slingshot.
Why not? I'm sure Molly Zombie would love to bump that stuff in the slingshot. We're gonna give that away tonight. 150 sounds for you to keep forever. From Screamscape, hashtag Screamscape to enter to win. That'll be a good one. That's huge. That's a big.
That is pretty big.
That's a big chunk of sound right there. Anyways, I believe Gerard from Yep That's Scary is going to give us our haunt news in a minute. So I'm going to chuck it over to Gerard.
Hello, ghouls and girls. This is Haunt News in a Minute. Powered by Yup. That's Scary.
Hey y'all, it's Gerard from Yep That's Scary, and this is Haunt News in a Minute. Monsterpalooza returns to Pasadena Convention Center to celebrate the arts of monsters and movie magic. June 4th through this. Monsterpalooza returns to Pasadena Convention Center to celebrate the arts of monsters and movie magic. June 2nd through the 4th. 2023, featuring over 400 exhibitors, monster museum, special guests, makeup demos, and much, much more. Tickets are on sale now. Click the link in the description for details. Hi-Res. For the last 3 years, the company owner, Nick Andrew, has been dealing with multiple medical issues, which explains the lack of new releases, but good news for High Res where they're ditching the outdated tech like the DVDs as of August 1st, instead releasing HD downloads of their videos off of Amazon, as well as many HD players with looping and trigger capability and much more on their site as well. The new website's facelift is coming soon, as well as if you're an old school, you want some of the classic DVDs and etc., go ahead and order them now, because once they're off the site, they're gone for good. It's kind of like an out with the old, in with the new purging type thing going on. So check out High Res, new design, and their facelift. Mystic Museum has released a new exhibit with partners of Midsummer Screens have produced Y2 Kills and Lost Toys exhibits. The 90s slashers filled the wall with interactive exhibit the classic psycho killers you love and a replica of the set designed to make you feel like you're the victim to classic horror films we all know and love. Tickets available all week long, Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And yep, it is family friendly. Mystic Museum is located in Burbank, California. Find the nearest location for you at www.mysticmuseum.com. And now here's Willie Mae from Yep That's Scary with the Haunt Advisory Report.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Willie Mae with Yep That's Scary. Hey, are you a scare actor? Have this ever happened to you? Oh, hold up, boo. Oh, you scary. Oh, don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Or this. I can't bring this in here. Say, you ain't my mama. Mama said not to bring anything. Or this. No way. You look so cool. Let's go. Or this. Oh, shoot, back off. You're scary as fuck, man. No mama's way, dude. No mama's way, man. Or even this. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Here at Yep That's Scary, we want to hear from you. Go ahead and slide into our DMs or click the link below to sign up and be a part of Scare Actor Diaries. This is the part where you get to dish all the good, the bad, and the ugly from your perspective. Come on in. Let us buy you a drink and you tell the story. On Scare Actor Diaries with Yep That's Scary. You touch me. You're not supposed to touch me, okay? Don't you touch me. Okay? It's so cold in the winter. Just get out here. Oh yeah. 424 on me. It's 130. Yeah. Hey. I got my strap. Ah!
Oh, real quick. Thank you, Willie Mae, with that news. Pick it. Spencer's and Spencer. Oh, Spencer. Shit. Spencer's and Spirit Halloween announced they're expanding their corporate headquarters in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. The project will add 81,000 square foot of office space and amenities to the company's current campus, bringing the total footprint of 24 acres. The company employs more than 30,000 associates across the country, 700 of which are located in New Jersey corporate offices. This motherfucker calling me all the time. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Willie Mae, with that hot news report. Have a haunt and about to hire? Are you a scare actor in need of a job? Post those job postings or get a job and get hired today. Go to facebook.com/group/scare actor auditions. I'm Gerard with Yep That's Scary, and that's been Haunt News in a minute.
Thank you, Gerard. Willie will be back with us later for his haunt tip of the week. But right now, we have another special guest joining us. This one, really cool. I'm really excited to talk to him. I want to bring on Josh from Skin Reaper Studio.
Hello.
What's going on, my friend?
Not too much, man. It's getting ready to make some more masks.
Yeah, and that's what I want to talk to you about is your mask, because you got quite a bit, and they don't seem to last long. They almost seem like as soon as you make them, they're pretty much gone.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I have some up there, but when people come in, I make them right when they want them, so they're not stationary. They don't sit. This is my personal collection, so everybody, if they order a mask, I make it, right within the same time frame that they ordered it. So they're all fresh.
Now, when you go to MHC or Trans World or even Fear Expo and stuff, you could throw a stick in there and you could find somebody making a mask, and some great masks too. I mean, there's a lot of great mask makers out there, fantastic mask makers. But I've always noticed, like with yours, and I think you and I talked about this a little bit back in April at Fear Expo. You have very unique style mask. Like you don't just have a scarecrow mask. Like there's something unique about it. There was one I just saw today. I don't know if Chris can bring up your Facebook page and I can point it out to you. But I'll try to describe
See,
it. It was,
are you talking about the scarecrow
yeah,
creature, the one I just finished
yes,
up?
yes, that's the one. I was just looking at that today, and
Yep.
you know, with the burlap sack type mask, this one's extremely unique. I was wondering if you can kind of talk to us about it.
Well, it was kind of like I sculpted this mask and I thought, well, it's a scarecrow mask. I like it, but it needs something more, So I put some straw coming out the top and I said, no, that's not quite it. What does it need? What is something different? And I want to sculpt. I'm getting ready to sculpt a creature. Okay. So I thought, well, why don't I just add some tentacles to this and see what happens, So I threw on the tentacles and it just kind of came together, So it became a creature that's living inside this scarecrow that maybe escaped from a lab, let's say, and found its way, saw that scarecrow and said, I'm going to get up inside that scarecrow and let that be my camouflage, So birds land on him and he can reach up there and grab those birds with his tentacles and eat, whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and there he is. There's a monster inside the mask, or inside the creature.
It's
Scarecrow.
funny because it shouldn't work. Like I mean, you take tentacles and like the burlap idea, and it shouldn't work, but it does.
No, it does work. Yeah,
like you made it work extremely well, and it's so unique and it's incredible. Like I love it. It's amazing. But you have a lot of unique masks. Like I mean, you got your Yeti mask. I mean, you got your mummy mask. Yeah, there's your predator mask is incredible. But what's your favorite mask?
Oh, it's hard to pick, man. I mean, I think the stuff I'm doing now is better than the stuff I did like early on, So, I like Slippery Sam quite a bit, and I like the new Scarecrow, like the Scarecrow creature, I just do, they're probably my favorites. I mean, even the original Scarecrow, I like him too. Where's he at? There he is. I like him too. He's a unique character in a sense, I like them all, man. I do. I like them all.
Well, tell us about your creative process.
It's really just sometimes it's just sitting down at the desk with blank armature and clay. It's just that simple. I mean, you can sit and you can draw pictures out, or you can look for reference. You can comb the internet trying to find reference and piece things together in your head. But sometimes it's just as simple as I sit down at the desk with a blank armature and clay and my tools, and I just sit back and breathe for a minute and then just start throwing clay on. Like I can have no idea whatsoever what I'm going to sculpt, but I'll start throwing clay on, and it just kind of happens, Sometimes it is strictly from reference. If someone says to me, Josh, I want you to sculpt this character, can you sculpt it? I say, okay, give me as much reference as you can give me, pictures wise. If you have someone who draws, let them draw out the pictures from different angles, from profile to straight on to the backside, everything you can get. And then I'll take those pictures and I'll line them up and I'll use them while I'm sculpting. And it's, in a lot of ways, that's a much faster process if you have good reference, you know, and then you can kind of piece things together from there. But that's pretty much it, man. You know, it's if like I've got like the character I want to sculpt now. I'm not going to go into depth because I want to. I don't even want to post that online either until I'm done with it. But the character, it's. I've got some pictures that were drawn, and my dad, he draws a lot, so I got some pictures from him that he drew of a character, and he just plopped it in front of me and said, "Hey, Josh, can you, you know, you might want to think about sculpting something like this. What do you think?" So I'm probably going to do it. I'm going to add my own flair to the character, and it's going to look pretty cool when I'm done. So, but I'm not going to post anything about it till I'm finished with it. But yeah, photo reference is good. Illustration is good. Even just, you know, if someone says to me, I kind of want this idea, you know, but I want you to go ahead and freely just do what you see, you know, that works good too. So it's
You got
pretty
a
much a
question, Tayen?
process, you know.
I haven't got one
What's
yet,
that?
but I have a question. So,
Yeah.
how did you get into like making masks and learning how to do it?
Well, you know, I wanted to when I was a kid. I wanted to do it, and it was one of those things. I used to watch. What was it called? It was a show. It was on Discovery Channel. Uh, Movie Magic was the show, and I watched that, and it covered a wide range of different film work. Okay, so it was, if you're a camera person, they had like one day it'd be all about camera work. Another day it was on, it'd be about maybe makeup effects, and they just covered that for the whole show. And then the next show might be stunt doubles, things like that, you know. But they when they covered the film effects work, so like the special effects behind the scenes stuff, so they'd build these little figures or little cities, little towns or suburbs and things like that. All that stuff really interested me. So it wasn't just one specific genre or element of film work that interested me. It was the whole special effects spectrum, I guess. So that when I was a kid is what really interested me into it. And then I started watching behind the scenes. I used to watch I had a VHS of uh, Dream Warriors, one of the Freddy films, and they had like a chest of souls and stuff like that were going on. And I loved watching how they did that with a big sheet of latex, and they're pushing themselves through that latex, and they're coming out, you know, and their souls pushing through. You know, it's pretty cool. So I loved that kind of stuff. And I got laid off from a job in 09 or 08, like for Christmas. So I said, I'm going to start getting myself into what I want originally, you know, when I was a kid. And I just started sculpting. Every month I was sculpting something new, and it wasn't great. I'll be honest. You know, great. But as time progressed, you know, I started getting a little better, and had some time where I didn't do anything at all, just because the circumstances weren't right, and I was working outside a lot, trying to do all this artwork outside, and it just didn't work out. You know, you get things falling out of the trees into your molding material, or just you're dealing with the weather. It's warm during the day, and then it cools off at night, and you're still making a mold. Well, the mold now wants to crack because it's heating up and it's got cool air on it. You know, so there's all these different elements of things that were interfering in the process. So I kind of, out of frustration, said, "Well, okay, I'm done with that for a while." And when 2018 came, I was working pretty steadily, and I decided I'm going to build this little studio that I can work in and start making things happen as much as I can. So I started building that, and in 2019, October, I got it finished. So, well, maybe it was November when I got it finished up, and by 2020, January 2020, I was starting to make things, like make little shrunken heads and get back into that again. And I just kind of developed to where I'm at now, you know, with the making these masks and stuff. So it's, for me, mask making is a step. It's a stepping stone. It's not the final. It's not the final stage. There's masks, then there's makeups you can make, and there's prosthetics you can make, and there's uh, uh, just everything. It's such a big arena, special effects in itself. So that's kind of what got me started and where I'm at now.
Another question I got is from Keith, and it says, "Who are Josh's biggest mask making influences?"
Oh man, I started when I first started sculpting. I had one video, and it was by Mark Alfrey, and it was sculpting the human head. And his work is still, it's amazing work. I'm not even sure if he even still sells that video, sculpting the human head, and he had a couple different ones too, like maquette sculpting. I think he had. I think I've got that one somewhere. But yeah, Mark Alfrey was a big influence in the very beginning for me. Jordu Shell, he's a fantastic sculptor. Donald Lanning, Casey Love, he's a great sculptor too. Golly, I mean, there's so many of them.
All righty. And then Willie Mae just asked, would you ever make a replica of a horror icon? So basically, like, would you do any custom work for somebody?
I think I would, yeah. I just got done making a 3-eyed demon for Doomsday's Crypt. So that's something we're going to be doing too.
Chris, you got to find that. That's on his Facebook page. You got to bring that up, that 3-eyed demon. I saw that. That's a really cool one. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Judge. I had to jump in there.
Yeah, so we just got done with that. We're going to be doing some more of those and some different characters that are a big influence in that group too. So that's coming between maybe later this year, 2024. But
all right.
Now, at this past Fear Expo, you taught a class. And Willie Mae wants to know what your experience was like teaching that class. So what did you teach, and what was it like?
My goal, was to do kind of like an introductory to sculpting, basically, and kind of show or explain my techniques with different things. And it went okay. It was the first class I taught. I remember in high school I used to do public speaking, and I always, I had a hard time in the class, but I'd ace that portion of it, And so whether it be like debates or just giving presentations, I did a good job with it then. Now it's a different story. It's been a long time since I've done that. So it was a different experience. I was nervous, it happens, but I think the more I do it, the better off, more comfortable I get with it,
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people have a lot to learn off of someone with your types of talents. And I mean, not just in the sculpting and in mask making realm, but in the creative side as well. I mean, you have a lot to offer.
Yeah. Thank you.
I just saw a question that popped up. Did you see it?
It was from Brianna. She said, "Josh, what is your number one goal to accomplish by sculpting masks?"
My number one goal is, as I kind of alluded to, is that it's a stepping stone. It's a stage in the process for me, for where I want to be. I want to be working in film work, and whether it be working with silicones and making prosthetic makeups, or making prop limbs, or any of that. My goal is to be working in a studio, even if I start out at an entry level position, and kind of gradually work my way up in that, working with a group of people that are highly talented people. And for me, I want to be able to take what I've got and grow from that. It's hard for me to teach people. It just is. I don't know why it is, but it's always, if I say something wrong, or give the wrong advice or something like that, I don't want to be the responsible for a bad result, so to speak. So I'd rather be the one being taught in some ways, but you know, I want to be in a film environment. I do. So that's kind of the goal. Like working in a film studio.
Right.
Yep.
And then I got this question. Will you be teaching another class next year?
I think so. I think we're talking about that a little bit. So
And
I think
then
it'll go better. I think it'll go better next year.
you'll be more comfortable.
Yeah.
And then earlier I got the question of I think it was, I'm trying to find it. I was trying to remember it off the top of my head, but that did not work. I think it was, do you do this like as a full-time job? I think that was what the question was.
I am right now. Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, he can't keep them on the shelves. I mean, they're going like crazy. So, are you still taking orders for this year?
I'm still taking orders. Yeah. Yep. I have my Etsy site up.
Do you know what?
No, I have my Etsy site up.
Timeline?
2 weeks, about sometimes 3. During the show, I had it at 6 to 8 weeks, I think. After Fear Expo, it's about 6 to 8 weeks to get things done. But now I'm back to a level position. So if it's 1 to 2 weeks at the most, I think I put 3 for the new Scarecrow. I put 3 weeks, but it's 1 to 2. Sometimes even a little sooner than that, I can get it out.
Willie wants to know if you're ever going to do clowns.
I've sculpted a small clown figure. I don't have it out here, but yeah, it's a small little clown figure. I want to do resin casts of it. But yeah, I might at some point do clowns.
Well, you mentioned your Etsy store, so tell us where we can find Skin Reaper Studios all out on the interwebs and any shows you got coming up and everything like that.
Okay, well, if you go to www.skinreaperstudios.etsy.com, that's my Etsy shop, and you can find everything. Most of what I've got up here, I've got on that site. I don't have the shock monster up there yet, but I need to find a place where I can get those little wigs, and then I'll pop him back up there. But everything else you can find there. But yeah.
And then on Facebook, of course.
Yep, I have the Skin Reaper Studios Facebook page. You might be able to contact me there. I'm not sure if the messenger's working on there, but if you look at something on there that you like, message on it, and I'll see that message. Be able to respond to you that way.
And do you have any upcoming shows?
Not right off the top. No, not right off the top.
You going to HauntCon?
I don't believe so. No.
You going to Fear Expo? Fear Expo?
Yeah, I'll go to Fear Expo.
Nice. See you again there at Fear Expo. Well, Josh, it's getting late. I don't want to keep you up all night because I know you got masks to make. So everybody head on over to Skin Reaper Studios, get your masks in. You heard it here, 2 to 3 weeks lead time, so you have plenty of time to get your mask orders in and shipped out to you for your haunt in time for haunt season. We all know it's coming. So get it done. Get it done now. Josh, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for being a part of Fear Expo and teaching your class. I hope you teach another class. Like I said, people got a lot to learn from a guy like you. So thank you so much. And I will see you in April.
April? All right. Well, thank you guys. It was a great pleasure being on the show again tonight.
Have a good one, my friend. Okay, so now we gotta point at this one together.
Which one?
I think we're on that one. We got to deal with Willie May now, because if it wasn't enough to see him already, we got to deal with his buckets and buckets of energy that this guy has. I swear to God, I don't know what keeps him going.
I
but
don't know.
this dude is a trip. I love this man to death. So, Willie May, take it away.
What's up, everyone? This is Willie May with Marketing Tricks, Treats, and Trends. Treats. I got my handy dandy trick-or-treat pail. There's nothing in it but notes from you guys. Let's dig in. Should I give my TikTok account to my staff or scare actor? I heard this so many times. Let's dive in.
Should you give your TikTok account to your staff or scare actor because you're too old to figure out what TikTok is all about?
N-O spelled no. When you are getting your TikTok account, you should make sure that your username represents the same name of your haunt, so that it's easy to get to you. Deciding whether to give the company's TikTok account to a staff member depends on various factors and considerations. Here are some points to keep in mind. Trust and responsibility. Consider the level of trust you have with your staff member. Entrusting them with the company's TikTok account means giving them access to represent the brand publicly. Ensure that they understand the importance of maintaining the brand's representation and can handle the responsibility. Expertise and knowledge. Assess the staff member's knowledge with TikTok and their ability to create engaging content that aligns with your company's objective. If they possess the necessary skills and knowledge, it can be beneficial to leverage their expertise. Social media strategy. Evaluate whether TikTok aligns with your company's social media strategy and target audience. TikTok is popular amongst younger demographics, so having a haunt business that caters to TikTok audience can be beneficial to the haunt. It might be worth considering a social media calendar template. Huh? You don't know what that is? A social media calendar? Ah, gosh, I'm gonna have to do a class about this or do another part 2 with the social media calendar because it is needed. Training and guidelines. Providing proper training and guidelines to the staff member. Ensuring they understand the company's branding guidelines, content, policies, and any legal or compliance considerations specific to TikTok. Clear instructions can help maintain consistency and avoid potential issues. Oversight and monitoring. Establish a system for oversight and monitoring the TikTok account. Regularly review the content, engagement, and impact generated by the staff members, monitoring feedback from the audience and address any concerns promptly. Alternatives. If you have reservation about handing over the TikTok account entirely, consider a collaborative approach. Work with the staff member to create content and provide them with necessary resources, while still retaining control over the account. Ultimately, the decision should be based on a combination of trust, competency, strategic alignment, and effective communication. I'm Willie May with Marketing Tricks, Treats, and Trends. Remember, they all float down here.
Thank you, Willie May. That's actually was really good advice. I was surprised by him. And I get concerned and confused sometimes when he says he's got tips, especially for social media, because I feel like one of these days he's going to slip something in there that he doesn't want to slip in there. So we have a few more minutes left until we do our drawing. So make sure you get in there. Hashtag Screamscape. Oh, excuse me. Hashtag Screamscape to get 150 audio sounds, ambient audio sounds for your haunted attraction. Screamscape. I think there's only a handful of entries, and I think half of them are from either Fear Expo or Willie, and neither one of them can win.
Molly entered. I know Molly did.
Molly can win.
Yeah, Molly can win.
There's Zach. Zach can win.
What
I
about
don't know.
Brandon?
Are you guys? Are they not spelling it right? Can we throw up the hashtag? I don't know if
Is it singular or plural? That's what Steve said.
I think it's just singular.
I don't know.
I think it's just singular. So get it in there. Hashtag Screenscape. Give you about, I don't know, 30 more seconds. So throw in your hashtags. Get them in there. Hashtag Screenscape. If you're not sure if you're entered in, throw them up again to see if you can get in to enter on the wheel of death or chance or whatever. I don't know. Tayen, what is going on with Project Backfire besides what was it? What's the new mask? Would you name it?
Smelly.
Smelly. So besides that, what's going on with Project Backfire?
Other than the show this weekend, we are currently making hopefully what is to be a new horn, a new type. The only thing I can really say is it's very post-apocalyptic.
Nice. And where's your show at this weekend?
Sarasota, Charlie Sci-Fi. I think it's sci-fi. I don't think horror's in there. It might be horror and sci-fi convention. Yeah.
So for all you folk down south, make sure you head on down there. Go say hi to Tayen. Go get that new mask of hers. Go see a Molly Zombie. Sounds like it's gonna be a great time.
Mhm.
Are we ready? I don't know. I keep getting
Hey, you said 30 seconds.
okay. All right. Yeah, we're rolling it. Here we go. I swear to God, if it's on. Oh, there we go. There's a new one, Miss Fanny Burns. Yes, I believe they're clean out in the UK too.
Oh, wow.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though.
You have a question, Steve.
I have a question. What's the
Willie wants to know why you said you're scared of his videos.
because I don't know what you're gonna do. Because you're out of control. Like, here's the thing: you're a smart man, and you know when you talk, you know a lot what you're talking about. But man, it's entertaining, and I get that's the point, and that's the purpose, and that's why I do love watching those videos. But it's like, literally anything can happen. I don't know, like something's gonna pop up, and it's just gonna be like, I don't know what it is. I don't see these
I
videos
have no
before they
control.
air. I just get told, hey, by the way, this is when we have the videos and this is when we're going to show them. I don't know what's on them. I don't know what's being said. I don't know. And Willie is just out of control, filled with energy. It's fun though. It's all in fun. He's a great guy. He knows this stuff too. You would benefit from listening to his advice for sure. And of course you can check them out on Yep That's Scary. And he's got the what was the new one? Willie, what was the new one?
It
The
was
Scare
the
Actor
scare
Diaries.
actor. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
book me on that. I got stories for days. Book me for that. I would love to be on that show. That'd be fun. All right, so Fannie Mae, you won, or Fannie Burns, not Fannie Mae. Fannie Mae's just a college loan place. Man, I am tired. Fannie Burns, congratulations. Reach on out to Screenscape to get your package. 150 sounds. That's huge. It's like a $150 deal right there that you just got for free, courtesy of Screenscape. And as always, what's going on? Maybe. I don't know what's happening. This show is powered by Fear Expo and HauntCon. It has been and always will be. So, with that being said, don't forget about HauntCon. February 2nd through the 4th, I believe it is, in Orlando, Florida. We'll be down there for a little haunt vacation. It's going to be a great time. And of course, Beer Expo, April 12th through the 14th, right? Is that right? I think you probably know more than I do at this point.
I don't keep up with the Joneses.
I
don't
think that's
remember.
right.
I just show up.
The hotels have been released and they will book quickly. So get your stuff in there. I believe there's only a handful of spots left
I was just about to
for the
ask about
showroom
that.
floor if you want to be a vendor, and I think they're all in the dark area. But if you absolutely positively have to get on the regular showroom floor, then you know, reach out. We'll see what we can do for you. Fear Expos, April 11th through the 14th.
There we go.
Yeah. So I gotta write that down. I say it every week, and I screw it up
it's a thing that we
every
just do
week.
now.
I just need to make a post-it note somewhere and put it up there.
Put a little sticky note on your monitor.
I don't know. Do we have anything else?
I think that's it from what I know.
No surprise guests. No more surprise videos. Let's check the. I can't even get over that far.
No, I don't see anything.
All right. Well, I'm done. Are you done, Tayen?
I am. I'm ready for bed.
I am too. I'm too old. Getting too old. All right, guys. We will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to our guests from Black Goat Costuming and Skin Reaper Studios. Go check them out. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. See you guys next week.
See ya.